Well, to you too about you here. And tonight, in this dark abyss, I want to go over a subject that totally drives me fucking nuts. Insane. And to hear the story, and to hear the fuck ups, to hear the sickness of it, to make you want to just take a knife, cut it out of the pit of your stomach because it disgusts you so bad. And that is child abuse, child molestation, and so forth. And I just got done watching, not all of it yet, but half of it, but I gotta miss some of it now because I gotta, of course, time to bring out the pug. But just in the first half of that movie, learning of what screw ups, mess ups, lies, betrayal, and sickness, dementedness, and cover ups that I've seen already. And shame on for the 2 police officers that were in charge, that were given the orders to back off from the parents of Jonbenet, telling them why would he kill her, why would they kill her, or there's not enough evidence, there's shame on him, shame on him. And then the one officer, because of the lady there, I guess the police out that way say that they weren't equipped to deal with stuff like that, but as far as I know, and as far as I've learned, any officer of the law for any investigation, and it's in the law books, can't deny that any investigation, there is nothing to be touched, no one to enter. In that frickin' case, man, holy shit, they called all their friends. You want to talk about someone covering up something? This woman covered it up good. Now, whether or not, I don't know, it's just insane, intense. And to go over what I want to talk about, I mean, and this woman had all night. The woman was supposedly on pills and medication. Jonbenet had a history of bedwetting, but also in that dark, eerie house, which it doesn't matter how much money you got, or wealth, or intelligence. I'll tell you something right now. If someone's gonna murder someone, they're gonna murder him. And that sick woman, she better be dancing in the grave that she's lucky that she's still not alive. But hey, as they say, payback's a bitch. And in the new terms, karma's a bitch. Died of cancer, she died of a slow, painful death. Which is good, Of what happened to that little girl and her sick, twisted mother's mind. And just the bits and pieces of what I got from it. And it's been, a couple months now since the anniversary or whatever is coming up. And, questions are still wanting to be asked, and it's still an unsolved case. Because, right, they screwed up every little piece of evidence. They even had a man semen. They're semen it alone. And I got my own thoughts and theories on this and the semen. And, the reason why I like coming out here into this abyss, into the dark, and talk my thoughts and theories lately is because I like people to visualize what I'm gonna say. Just like when I write a short story and I read it, I like the people to sit back and visualize of what I'm gonna say. Because the human mind, if used properly, can be a huge projection picture moment in time to help you. And even in the cases like this, and if I was on that case, boy, there'd have been a lot of boots in people's asses. Especially the police. Yeah, they screwed up. But like I said, hey, it's in the law books. Did they not study the books? Did they cheat on their tests to get a little way by? I don't know. But you know what? Goof ups like that let people get away with bloody murder. Now my thoughts and theories on this story. She had a piece of pineapple in her stomach she ingested. I just watched a part where the interview of the boy, the brother, was flipping out on the lady there for touching his soda. Hey, that's my soda. Now I can't drink that. And they say Jonbenet took a piece of that boy's pineapple. In one show, I mean, they got numerous shows out now on this, and still they can't figure out who killed. And wherever that semen went, and like many other cases destroyed, even like the O.J. Simpson case, what they say they had like 1,000 to almost 3,000 pieces of evidence. They still couldn't convict that dirty, rotten son of a bitch. And in this case, this dirty, rotten, stupid bitch, which she kind of wasn't stupid. In a way she was, but in a way she wasn't, because she got away with it. And watching the movie and all this stuff that was happening in the beginning, like you had a friend from another house come over and he's searching the basement. He opens up a door. And that was my first red flag of the movie. And there's this latch on the door, obviously to keep Jonbenet out of, because she was a small girl, you know, young. And obviously they kept that broom in the basement locked due to her. Now who in their fucking right mind is going to go down, open up the basement, call for Jonbenet when this little thing... What did this girl do? Put a chair up there? Lock the door herself? Or... No, of course she's dead. Dead in that room at that. So there's the first tip-off. But the guy didn't turn the light on in the beginning of the movie, so he didn't find her. He just looked in, saw the paint cans, called if she was hiding, she'd hiding, but how the hell did the door get locked if she was in there? Why would a man with high educations like they are out in them rich neighborhoods open up a door that's latched that the girl would have to step up on a stool or chair or even ladder and get in there, and who the hell's latching the door? Now the first hint on that, to me and my thoughts and theories, a kidnapper, as they say, wouldn't be latching the door to put a body in that fucking room. Excuse me, that right there was the first red flag of the movie. And whether or not these people used gloves, but they probably didn't because they left semen. But I'm going to get into that in a minute about the semen. I don't believe they wore gloves either. Very naive, stupid people. But in a way, they had their other, strategies to get rid of evidence. So moving on from that, kidnapper ain't going to close that back up. Kidnapper looking for ransom and stuff's gonna fucking open the door. Or even if, I can't even say that. I gotta scratch that out. I can't say that, they're gonna throw the body in there, latch the door and leave. And then the hole in the window. Strategy number 2. It looked like a fucking baseball was thrown in there. Didn't look like it was completely kicked out. And they claimed that someone crawled through the window. But then before I left to bring the pug out, they were saying there was the lady, the neighbor, a very close friend, was saying, months before this happened, she's talking about the door. Possible point of entry. Damaged. And she's talking about how, hey, she knew she told a lot. No, they had it looked at to get fixed or something. But why was it damaged? They said in the movie that she knew that John always forgot his keys and must have jimmied his way in the house somehow. And that was the thing on the door, and they're using that as point of entry because it was damaged. So there's fuck up number 2. Now the window in the basement, like I said, there's no way a fucking kidnapper's gonna go through a softball-sized hole, which they think someone got in. And then you got that guy wandering around, picking up glass, putting it on the window. And I'm sure this is exactly what happened. They took every little piece of the evidence that they did have that wasn't tampered with. And I mean, the list goes on. And of course, the biggest fucking mistake, the police letting everybody walk through the door. And then there was some woman that obviously narrated by a little girl, making it sound like she was Jonbenet, talking about these people that come in and they clean up or something after something bad happens in houses. They come in and do things, and the lady's cleaning off the table with glass cleaner where they look like there was where the kid was eating. No, that was in the kitchen, but the dining room table had some powder residue on it. Something fucked up there again. Evidence tampered with. The guy in the basement playing with the door. You know what, if that kid was missing, you call the police, you let them do their investigation, and that's that. Yeah, shame on the police for not doing their job and kicking everybody the fuck out. But mistakes happen, okay. But then again, you gotta go back to rule number 1 in the law book. Nobody is allowed in a house of an investigation, so. But then you move on to the like the pineapple thing, and then how she went to bed, and the father says in an interview after they finally get a hold of him to talk to him. Now this really fucking disturbs me. Now whether or not people have photographic memories, which I do, but when I remember every time I've picked my child up out of a car, brought him to his room, and laid him in his bed. If he had his shoes on, I'd take them off. If he had his coat on, I'd leave it on, because, you know, I've lived in apartments with fucking heat that didn't work right, and it got a little cool, so throw a blanket over the boy, and blah, 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 he's alright, you know, he ain't gonna get suffocate, nothing, just a coat left on him. But this guy don't remember whether she was on top of the blankets or under the blankets. But the blanket, the quilt, you would say, was kicked over to the side in the pictures of the investigator, and she had wet the bed. Another thing Jonbenet did and the mother didn't like, bedwetting. Which also leads me to the pageants. And the mother was in pageants. But guess what? This mother literally, I would say, what are you looking at, Ted? Hey, come on. Oh, great. Not all the times I do a video, this dog's in the woods barking. I hope it's a cat, not a skunk. But anyways, get him out of here. Shit. Now you made me lose my place, Ted. Thanks a lot. But, oh yeah, the bedroom thing. So here we have a father not remembering how she was on the bed when he put her there. Now a normal person would put their daughter on their bed, pat her on her head, and get a little blanket covered over her, and give her a good night kiss. That's what a normal parent would do. Other than that, no. That ain't what happened. And, Ted, stop it. Something in the woods over there, great. Out of all the nights, I gotta start this, and there's something in the woods. Go figure. But the bed thing, and, you know, the mother said at the time, but in the, that's what I wanted to say. So the bed thing is, we don't know how she was laying. We don't know this, but the bed was wet. Oh, the mother in the beauty pageants. Here's a mother that did her beauty pageants in the late 70s, early 80s. So that's why Jonbenet, of course, was in these beauty pageants. And for her to, you know, in the way they make it in the TV shows and all this things, Dateline stuff, this woman got jealous. And then they got the son. Now here we go with the semen. Now I got the reason to believe this little boy had a little deep, dark secret. Because not too long ago he was on Dr. Phil. Now they say when people, which I think he might be diagnosed with something of a disability, but I'm not sure on that. I forget what they said. But for the case of him smiling on Dr. Phil, just like the mother in the movie when they brought her to the funeral, she had a little smirk. When the father brought the daughter up from the basement, blue as the sea, she had a little smirk. And they also talk about how the mother and the son had their little... The mother, and I know of mothers, I'm not going to say no names, but I literally know of mothers that have obsession with their firstborn. And they even said it when Jonbenet was born. Oh, things got a little creepy around the house. And she was once strucken by the big old brother due to her touching something of his. Just like they claim of the pineapple in her stomach the boy was eating, but she suddenly must have wandered out of bed and got downstairs and took a little bit of that bowl out of his bowl. Now what is it about the semen, I think? I got this to say. Due to it was destroyed of evidence, because they say in the movie tonight, oh, we can't use this now. Oh, really? Evidence found at the crime scene you can't use. That's unusual like that, because that's horseshit. Semen solves cases, not this one, due to a little bit of lawyer work and some money in play. Yeah, I got that dismissed out of court, can't touch it. My thoughts and theories, either the father or the brother had his little way with the girl too. I think there's something been going on more longer than, maybe a year or two. I think the little boy there had a little nasty habit of taking his little thingy-wingy and, playing Mr. Dirty. Dr. Dirty, that's what I think. And there are people with kids and kids with parents and all kinds of shit out there that is, I've heard and read about young kids of his age doing that nasty, nasty shit. And it's fucking disgusting. I'm trying to put my words in it, but as you can see, I can't, because it just disgusts me to even think of it. But my thoughts and theories, I think that kid had his way with his sister before he plunged that flashlight in her head. That's right. I think he killed her. The mother covered it up. The mother's screaming, what do we do? And then there's that little tape that they found of the mother there, Miss Ramsey, talking on the phone. What do I do? What do I do? And oh my God, and all this crazy shit. And then the officer said he hears the father, a voice of a man, which would have been the father, and then a little boy. So they all were in on it. Sorry. You can cover up your shit all you want, you remaining Ramsey family members. But I hope the fuck someone didn't throw that semen out, because that'd be just the one great thing in this world that would have been done and tested to see whose it belonged to. I'm rooting for the brother, because that brother had a little nasty attitude. And the father, lost in his own little world like he was. And the mother, I don't know what the fuck her mind was. But she was obviously a jealous person. And jealousy really brings out the devil in all of us. But if you can, I ain't got a jealous streak in me. But people that do, I feel sorry for them people, man. They can't live in life without having that thought in their mind about, oh, you dirty, clenching their fist, and the nasty thoughts they come out with just thinking of what oh man, and it drives you to murder. So, I didn't get to finish watching the rest of the movies. Of course, I gotta bring this damn dog out every night. But to visualize what I just said, and for all this to be tampered with, thrown away, just literally, screwy with through the whole investigation, and all the shit that they did have, and the writing of the paper. There's another thing, the notebook, the paper, the marker, all led to that house. What kind of kidnapper takes a fucking paper and writes it in the house? You got the fucking Zodiac killer, the Zodiac guy. He took pieces of newspaper, cut them up, and he took the time in his own home to make his own notes and write them. And then they did a writing matching, matched her writing. Get the fuck out of here, man. I can't stand when cases go like this. You visualize that shit. And they matched the notebook, they matched the marker ink, they matched the handwriting. And she got away with bloody murder. But karma's a bitch. She died of cancer, but I would have loved to seen her burn for this. Sick. Everything was there. Things got thrown out. Things couldn't been used. Come on. Give me a fucking break. Laws need to change. I'll tell you what laws need to change on. Better investigations. People in a community that's small and sit there and say, oh, geez, well, we never imagine of having this happen here. Get a life. It can happen anywhere. I don't give a fuck if you're the richest person in the world. You get a little taste of something, you want to kill somebody, you're going to say, I wonder if I can get away with this. Yeah. Okay. Them are my thoughts and theories on the case. And everything's just fucking... That only goes to show how insane this fucking world really is. And this has been going on for centuries too. And people just somehow seem to get, away with it. That's why I say, there is a heaven, there is a hell. You really want to know where heaven is? Try the graveyard. When you're not living in this fucking world, in the misery, in the pain, in the villains that walk among us and the monsters. That's where hell is. You're looking at it right now. They ain't got no fucking fire down in the earth. You're not burning an eternal entry to the fucking mass soul. You ain't gonna see this big horned fucking creature. No. The devil is in all of us. And yes, if he wants to push your mind to exceed mental activity and to do things insanely, you're gonna do it. That's the devil. Whatever clicks off in your mind that way. Heaven, that's right, when you're dead and you ain't looking at this fucking bullshit fucking world and people going crazy because of presidential things and people going crazy because, oh, my daughter looks better in her beauty pageant than me and blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, man, I can go on. I can visualize this shit. And that's one thing I can't stand sometimes about my photographic memory. I visualize this shit. And it just, ugh, I want to take them people. I'd like to kill the people who want to kill us, right? Put me in a cell block with a bunch of murderers. We'll see who comes out alive. Ha! Not them. All the rage I feel against them people that get away with it and senseless crimes like this, it's sick. And that's what the world has made me of. People like this. It's made me who the hell I am today. Always watching, always. And you know what? I gotta tell my tales, and that's why I'm here today. My thoughts, my theories. Hopefully one day this goddamn fucking world will come to terms and take these motherfucking sick people out. Just like ISIS. All these sick people. They're the devils. It's not just one creature, it's all. It's only common sense. And people don't got much of it, as I can see. It's crazy. And I don't need a book of knowledge. I don't need to go to college. I don't need a master's degree to all this. I just need to walk the streets and learn and read the people that live here and walk here. That's what I do. I'm watching this movie and any other movie like Casey Anthony, that fucking dirty cunt, and just say, hey, you're sick. And I want to find out a way to put an end to all this shit my own self. I wish I could. If it was my way, child molesters and murderers like this would be off in some island of survival. That's right. Put you all on an island. See how you live there. When the monsters come out of the woods, just like tonight as I'm looking at it. That's right. Anyone killers want to take a little peek into the abyss, come my way. I'll be waiting for you. But until then, YouTube Nation, sorry to get all creepy on you, but it's people like this that make me who I am and why I gotta talk. And why I gotta get these shits off my chest, because it's just, oh, man, sick. Little kids, defenseless kids that don't know where they're going in their future, that don't know nothing. It's just, yeah, heartbreaking to see that. The monsters that do this need to have monsters on them. But until the next video, YouTube Nation, I got many more coming, boy. I got a whole fucking list now. Yeah. Not enough time to do it, though. Whatever. I'll get there somehow. Like I said, this is going to be a full-time job right here. I'll get some answers. I'll get some shit. Take care, world. Be safe. Out.